going on, guys? Snake Eyes here, playing some more Dark Souls 2, and in this video we're going to be doing a weapon showcase, and the weapon we're going to be showcasing today is the Bluemoon Greatsword. Now if you don't know how to get the Bluemoon Greatsword, all you have to do is complete Ben Hart's side quest, and when you hit the talk option in the dialogue, he'll give you the Bluemoon Greatsword, or you can kill him as soon as you see him, and as soon as you kill him he drops the Bluemoon Greatsword. I already have a video like that up, so what I'll do is I'll just put an annotation so that way you guys can check it out if you want, but that's how you get the Bluemoon Greatsword. And now I'm going to go over the moveset. This is the one-handed R1 and R2. This is the running attack and the backstep attack. And the last is the thrusting attack, or the rolling attack, which is a thrusting attack. Now this is the two-handed R1 and R2, the running attack and the backstep attack, and the rolling attack. Now I kind of did a little something different right there. I'm going to look and see how that came out, and if I like it then I'll keep doing it, but if not then I'll just go back to my old format. But right now we're actually going to go ahead and go into the details of this weapon. Its base attack is at 160, and since then I've actually infused mine with raw and upgraded it to +9. So my base attack is at 349. It has a 110 counter strength and it does 35 poise damage per hit. It weighs 15 pounds and it has 30 durability. The requirements for this weapon is that you need 28 strength and 10 dexterity, and it has no scaling. Keep in mind that since it doesn't have any scaling, this is actually perfect to infuse with raw. That's mainly goes for people who are running a pure strength or a pure dex build. If you're running something that has a little bit of int, it's probably best if you look into something like dark or anything like that. It's always best to check and see exactly what gives you the most damage. But for people who are just pretty much melee only and don't really do magics, this is definitely something that I would recommend infusing with raw. But all that is pretty much up to you. There are a couple of pros and cons to this weapon, but the only con that I can come up with is the length of the blade. When you compare it to other great swords, it's actually one of the shortest great swords out of the group, and there have been a couple occasions where me and my opponent actually do the same move and he's able to land his attack and I don't, mainly because his blade is just a little bit longer, and it can kind of close the gap while mine kind of came up short. I've been able to pretty much overlook that con because there are two pros to this weapon that I really do like. One of them is the fact that it hits really hard. Once I infused it with raw and I've enchanted it with some of the resins, I've been able to do some really good damage, and that right there is a plus in its own. The second pro that I can really come up with is the fact that when you're messing with great swords, it's usually smart to just do 2 R1s and kind of back off, mainly because when you do and when you go for that third R1, it kind of gives the opponent a little bit of time to roll away. You won't always land it, and not only would you waste stamina, but if you're playing against an aggressive person, that stamina that you just wasted, when he rolls away, he can pretty much close the gap really fast and probably get you in a combo stun. And all in all, I just kind of stick away from the 3 R1s, and I mainly go with the 2. But with this weapon, it actually has an R1, R1, R2 combo that I've been really liking. All 3 hits land really good, mainly because the R2 that follows the second R1 hits really fast. I was actually really surprised at how often I was able to land it. I thought it was just a fluke because there are times where you do the combo and you go for a 3-hit combo and you can land it. But I was actually really surprised at the consistency that the R1, R1, R2 combo was hitting. So that's kind of something that if you guys pick up this weapon, try it out. Like I said, the R2 hits really fast. It kind of gives the opponent the impression that it's going to have a pretty big attack delay, mainly because the startup looks a little slow. But as soon as it gets past that little startup, the blade just swings from one side of the screen to the other really fast, and it kind of catches them off guard. I normally don't like the strong attacks for great swords, but this strong attack is actually a really good one. And like I said, for hitting a 3-hit combo pretty consecutively, this is something that, like I said, is a huge pro in my opinion. Even though my character isn't built to wield this one-handed, I was actually really surprised at how well I was doing with the two-handed moveset alone. The one-handed moveset has a lot of variety. It has the thrusting attack, the overhead attack, and some sweeping attacks. And the two-handed moveset is more of the sweeping attacks. And like I said, it's not too much variety. but at the same time I was really surprised at how well I was doing with just that moveset alone. And this is definitely something that if I was able to wield it with one-handed is something that I am gonna take out. And a lot of people would call this weapon a joke since it was branded as a fake version, and it is a fake version of the Moonlight Greatsword, but that shouldn't deter you from wanting to use this weapon, especially if you're a strength build and you can use the one-handed and two-handed moveset. This is actually pretty good, and I don't see this weapon enough in PvP, and I'm actually really surprised. I guess since it got branded as the fake weapon, people kind of threw it aside and kind of just automatically assumed that it wasn't good. And in all honesty, I was a part of that group. I thought it wasn't that great. I picked it up, I upgraded it, and since it has a very familiar Greatsword moveset, this is something that I was able to pretty much do a lot of work with. And overall, I was really excited at how well I was doing with it. And I definitely recommend for people who want to use something different to pick this one up. Like I said, I don't really see it enough in PvP, and it's kind of upsetting because it actually really is a good weapon. So like I said, if you're looking for something different, I definitely recommend picking this up, trying it out, upgrade it, because if you take it out standard as it is, it's not going to do too much damage. But if you do upgrade it and put a little bit of time into it, I guarantee you will be satisfied. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the weapon showcase. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and like I said, pick it up because I'm pretty sure you guys would really enjoy it. But other than that, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, take care.